Tonight on ABC.
Watch ABC 6 News first at 4th immediately after Hot Bench.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Behind bars, a man is in custody following a deadly shooting at a Fall River car wash. What authorities are saying about the investigation. Plus, lawmakers finalize a deal to suspend the nation's debt ceiling when Congress is expected to take a vote. An end of the road after clawing back to tie the series. Boston gets dismantled by Miami. Reaction from the Celtics in this disappointing loss. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Taralyn Azak. It's Tuesday, May 30th, the day after Memorial Day, as kids are getting ready to go back to school and people are heading back to work after the long weekend. A little bit of a chilly start this morning, but are things going to warm up, Skylar?
Yeah, you know, we're going to start to warm up quickly today, so it is a bit of a chilly start outside. So you might need just a little light jacket, and then you'll just be able to ditch it as you get into about the 10 a.m. hour. But by today, we're going to see those sunny skies. It is going to be a little bit hazy because we have that wildfire smoke moving in from Nova Scotia. And then we have this east onshore wind, and that helps keep the coastline a little bit cooler, and that also helps bring in that smoke that's going to blanket the area today. Providence looking at 45 degrees, winds right out of the north-northeast at about 5 miles an hour. Temperatures this morning as you're waking up, like we said, a little bit cool in some areas. We're looking at those upper 30s from Norwood all the way down to Martha's Vineyard. But if you look out on the Cape, Hyannis sitting at 43 degrees, Plymouth at 43, Boston's a little bit warmer, 51 degrees. So not too bad as you get up this morning. Like I said, we do start to warm up quickly. So what we can expect for today, again, more high pressure sitting in place. That's going to keep that sunshine around. And so, but again, we'll still have those hazy skies, a bit of a cooler Cape area. And you can see those temperatures warm as you head much further inland away from the coast. And that's just because we have that onshore breeze moving in out of the east northeast. So what we're looking at for the rest of the week, we've got a ridging high pressure setup in our jet stream that's going to be moving into our way. That's going to get those temperatures to climb up and get a little bit warmer as we head towards the mid and end of the week. Even behind it, temperatures still aren't bad. So we do have a cold front that'll move through, and that's what we're seeing way back here. So that'll dip down into our area by the weekend. But other than that, our week is looking beautiful. I'm going to have more details on your forecast in just a moment.
Skylar, thank you. We'll see you in just a bit. Our top story this hour at 6:02. A woman was found dead in a Fall River car wash Monday after being shot. And now this morning, the suspect in the case is arrested and is facing homicide charges. Now, good morning, Providence. Reporting Yanni Tregelis joins us from the newsroom with more on this story. Yanni.
Taralyn, 33-year-old Angelo Leo charged with murder after allegedly shooting and killing a woman inside of a car wash in Fall River yesterday. Now, all of this happening at the Globe Car Wash on Broadway around 12:30 Monday when police were called there for a potential shooting. Now, once on scene, officers found a woman, 45-year-old Jasenia Simmons, dead inside one of those car wash bays. And after fleeing the scene, the suspect, Angelo Leo, would later turn himself into police in Tiverton. And because he crossed over state lines into Rhode Island, Leo will now have to face a judge at Newport County Court this morning as a fugitive from justice before he could then be transported to Fall River District Court to be arraigned on those murder charges. We're told that could happen as early as today. In the newsroom, Yanni Tregelis, ABC 6 News.
Yanni, thank you for that. Now, police in Providence investigating a stabbing this morning. It happened on William Street just after 11 last night. Police were called to the scene and staged for a possible standoff, and the suspect was not found. The victim was transported to the hospital and is expected to be okay. At last check, police have not made any arrest in this incident. And a Providence man in police custody this morning after he allegedly drove a truck with an explosive device through the U.S.-Canadian border, crossing in Maine. Now, according to state police, Tony Holford is charged with aggravated reckless conduct, terrorizing, and failure to stop. Police tried to stop the 42-year-old Monday morning on Interstate 95, just south of the Canadian border. When he was ordered out of the car, Holford continued to drive towards the border. State police fired shots at Holford before surrendering without injury. Now, crime scene technicians in the Maine State Police Bomb Squad worked the scene throughout the night, but no explosives were found. Good morning, Providence. Following developing news out of Florida. Now, this morning, 9 people, including children, are recovering after this shooting in Hollywood, Florida. Officials say around 6:30, gunfire erupted on the Hollywood Beach boardwalk. Now, a camera captured the chaos as shots rang out. 5 adults and 4 children were shot, and a 1-year-old was hit amongst those.
Preliminary investigation reveals that there was an altercation between 2 groups that resulted in gunfire.
And the shooting was one of many over the holiday weekend. In Columbus, Ohio, at least 5 people were shot at a block party. 3 teenagers are expected to survive. And in Chicago, police say at least 47 people were shot over the weekend, 9 of them fatally. And back in Rhode Island, 4 boys are recovering from injuries after falling through the roof at an abandoned stable at Brenton Point State Park in Newport. Now, according to the DEM, the group of kids, they trespassed into the building known as the Bells. 2 of them climbed onto the roof, causing it to then collapse onto the other 2. 2 of the teens were taken by ambulance to Hasbro Children's Hospital, while a 3rd was evacuated by helicopter. A 12-year-old was treated at the scene. Now, according to the DEM, that property is fenced off. And the Red Cross is assisting 11 people displaced after a fire in Cranston. It happened just after 4 p.m. on Monday. 911 received multiple calls about flames coming from a unit on the ground floor at the Mansion House Apartments. Now, once on scene, residents, they were able to direct firefighters to the apartment where crews got the fire then under control. In an interview with ABC 6, Chief James Warren said no injuries were reported. Let's take you outside at 6:06 with our ABC 6 Skycam. Looking pretty nice out there. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler with your forecast on the 6.
Yeah, the skies are looking a little vivid right now. So on that tower cam shot, you can see it looks very bright with the haze that's sitting around. So that's why we're seeing that really big red glow on the sun this morning. All right, as you're waking up, it's a little cool in some areas. We're in those upper 30s between Norwood down even to Martha's Vineyard, but some 40s in most of the area. 52 in Chatham, 45 in Providence. It's 50 in Block Island. Newport's coming in at 47 degrees with those winds out of the northeast at about 5 miles an hour. So here's that view outside that we're talking about. You can see this glow over here where the sun's coming up. So we start to have some of this wildfire smoke that's moving into the area. And so we have these wildfires that are in Nova Scotia. So they were coming out of the west. Now they're moving in from the east. So we're going to be expecting those hazy skies through the morning and especially by lunchtime. So after about 9-10 a.m., it really starts to move into the area through lunchtime, mid-afternoon. But by the time we get into the evening hours, this does start to move more north and west of us. So expect those vivid sunrises and sunsets today. Sunny and hazy. Cape will be a little bit cooler. As you move inland, we'll be warming up, trending warmer in those 70s. We'll keep the winds pretty light and breezy east and northeast, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. I'm going to have your full forecast coming up here on the 6th.
All right, looking beautiful. Thank you, Skylar. Let's take a look outside at our ABC 6 Skycam out there. You're taking a look at Thurbers Avenue. Looking pretty good out there. Let's take a look at some travel times for you. If you're traveling 195 westbound State Line to the 95 split, about 3 minutes. And 24 northbound, much different story. Fall River to Route 93, about 42 minutes. Moving slow right now with people heading back to work. So you're in the yellow. Give yourself some time if you're taking that route and drive safe. All right, at 6:08, we got to talk about it. It's the end of the road for the Boston Celtics. The Celtics facing the Heat in Game 7 of the NBA playoffs. And did they get scorched? Boston's historic comeback, well, they came up short to say the least. Miami crushing Boston. Sports director Nick Coit breaks down the disappointing loss from the TD Garden.
The Boston Celtics had a chance to make history on Monday night. Instead, they become the latest addition to a statistic. Teams that fall behind 0-3 in a playoff series in NBA history, now all-time 0-151. Game 7 was doomed from the start on Monday. Jason Tatum, Boston's best player, turning his ankle on the first offensive possession of the game, and things went sour from there as the C's fall to the Miami Heat in Game 7, 103-84.
I came down, on my ankle, and it's tough because it, kind of impacted me The rest of the night swelled up, and it was just frustrating that I was kind of like a shell of myself. It's tough to move. It was just frustrating, especially on the first play.
With Tatum hobbling, Boston's offense was cold to start, 0 for 12 from beyond the arc. And the Celtics' other top offensive option, Jaylen Brown, putting a lot on his shoulders, had a tough night taking care of the basketball. 8 of Boston's 15 turnovers.
We failed. I failed. And we let the whole city down. But we fought hard to get back into the series and had a game on our home floor, and we came up short.
And so a second South Florida team celebrates ending a Boston team season inside TD Garden on Monday. Jimmy Butler was named the Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP, 28 points to lead the Heat in Game 7. And Miami moves on to the NBA Finals to face the Denver Nuggets. Game 1 Thursday right here on ABC 6. And for the Celtics, they now head into an offseason that's sure to be filled with big evaluations and potentially some big decisions, including on Jaylen Brown, who's now eligible for a Supermax contract after an All-NBA selection. Just on the list of things the C's will be working on as they continue their quest for the elusive Banner 18. From TD Garden in Boston, I'm Nick Coy, ABC 6 Sports.
Tough night for Celtics fans. All right, it's 6:11 still to come on Good Morning Providence. House leaders reaching an agreement with the White House to raise the nation's debt ceiling, averting a devastating default. We'll break down the bill. Plus, in a look at the latest health news, we'll tell you how you can keep your heart healthy and manage your blood sugar. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We thank you, and we'll be right back.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
Off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. So come join the party, because I've got new collections you won't want to miss and treats for the whole fam. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more, with financing options to fit your budget. Get your home summer ready during Bob's Summer of Savings this Memorial Day weekend. I've saved you a seat at the party, and a sofa, and a bed, and a
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
When you use the finest quality materials, beautiful takes on a whole new meaning. Outdoor Living Materials is proud to provide its customers with the very best by carrying Keystone Hardscapes. Keystone Hardscapes is the premier hardscape solution for pavers, walls, and more. If you've dreamed of a breathtaking landscaped backyard that will continue to look beautiful year after year, rely on Keystone's trusted wall solutions, patio stones, and outdoor living elements to make your dream a reality.
Hey, it's your dry skin. Every day we lose ceramides I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe delivers 3 essential ceramides to help restore my barrier so I can lock in moisture, feel hydrated, and look healthy. CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotions.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spikeball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
You could save up to $1,200 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive Camry. And every Camry comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
It's 6:14. Good Morning Providence continues with political news. The race to avert what the White House calls a catastrophic default is underway in Washington. Congress members are returning from their Memorial Day recess to begin taking up the debt ceiling deal. Now, the president and House Speaker are pressing their parties to pass the measure quickly. But some lawmakers, they are pushing back. ABC's Justin Finch has a closer look this morning.
From the White House to Capitol Hill, a joint effort to win bipartisan backing for the debt ceiling compromise brokered by House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and President Joe Biden.
Well, I feel very good about it. I've spoken to a number of the members.
The president sounding confident after calls to Congress members, including Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell. A White House official telling ABC News the administration is working the phones, with senior staff and cabinet officials calling more than 60 House Democrats since Saturday. At the Capitol, Speaker McCarthy working to whip up Republican support.
I think it's good for the American public. You're going to have Republicans and Democrats be able to move this to the president.
But already, at least 10 House Republicans are leaning towards or are planning to vote no, arguing the bill doesn't cut enough federal spending. And progressive Democrat leader Pramila Jayapal worries the cuts are too deep. The 99-page deal would suspend the $31 trillion debt ceiling until January 1st, 2025, and lock in new non-defense spending restraints. The agreement claws back $30 billion in COVID funding, rescinds $20 billion of IRS funding, expands work requirements for some Americans on food assistance, ends the federal student loan payments pause in August, and preserves Social Security, Medicaid, and veterans benefits. The bill does not include tax increases for the wealthiest Americans or big corporations, which Democrats wanted. A tight timeline now for Congress. The deal is on track for a House vote Wednesday, then off to the Senate, where it could find friction. The deadline, June 5th, when the Treasury Secretary warns the U.S. risks default. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And now, your ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
Taking a view outside, and we're seeing some blue skies off to the west, but on the east, a little bit different because we have a little bit of wildfire smoke starting to move in. So we're getting a bit of the glow, but we'll start to see those red fiery sunsets as we get into the evening tonight. So our setup, we do have this high pressure system still in place. So we haven't seen any clouds in the sky over the last 4 days. So it's been absolutely beautiful across New England. And that trend is going to continue as we head into the week. So we have some building high pressure that's going to start to help those temperatures climb as we head into the midweek. So temperatures right now as you're waking up, you'll need a jacket if you're heading out the door. Some of us are sitting in those upper 30s. So from Norwood to New Bedford, upper 30s, even down into Martha's Vineyard. But 52 in Chatham, 45 in Providence, 42 in Smithfield, 44 in Westerly this morning. So as we get into the morning hours, we get into those 60s very quickly. By the time we get into the mid-afternoon, you'll see some of these 70s, especially heading further west and inland. But along the shore, the Cape area, you'll stay in those 60s for today. And then by the time we get into the overnight, we do cool down a bit, and then we'll be dipping up as we head into the, dipping down in the overnight and then warming up more so tomorrow. So marine forecast, if you're heading out to do a little boating today or maybe some fishing, the next low tide doesn't come in until 10:21 a.m. High tide will be at 5 p.m. and those swells are about 2 to 3 feet. The water temperature is 59 degrees. So for today, we can expect sunny skies with that haze lingering over the area. We're going to get the Cape area a little bit cooler because we have that east-northeast wind moving onshore. So it'll be a little light and breezy, 5 to 15 miles an hour, warming as you head inland. So here's a look at that wildfire smoke from Nova Scotia. So again, it's moving in. So usually this is moving in from the west, but now we have the wildfire smoke to the east of us. So with that onshore wind moving in, so we can really expect those skies to get very hazy after about 10 a.m. and that's just going to start to move. So this little band here you'll see after lunchtime into the mid-afternoon, we'll have some really hazy skies, but then that will move further off to the west. So shouldn't be too bad, but we're on this dry trend heading into the week. So the lawn might be suffering a bit. We haven't picked up any rain since that last rain event. And we don't really plan on seeing really any as we start to head forward. We might catch some sprinkles and some showers as we head into Saturday, but the lawns could be suffering. So as we head into tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, should you water it? Yes, you should. So if you're worried about the grass outside, yeah, you might want to give it a little bit of water to keep it from getting too dried out. Because by the time we get into Saturday, we have an overnight cold front that moves through Friday night into Saturday morning, and that's just going to bring some pop-up scattered sparse showers through the area. You can kind of see not really anyone gets a whole lot out of this. So like I said, it's going to be very isolated throughout the day. So warming trend on the way. We'll be in those mid to upper 80s by the time we head into Thursday and Friday. Cold front moves through, dipping our temperatures down a bit into those upper 60s. And then moving into Sunday, we start to rebound into the 70s.
All right, Skylar, thank you. We'll check back in. Good Morning Providence continues with a focus on your health. There is growing evidence that building muscle strength is beneficial for your heart, but specifically in your legs. Now, researchers in Japan studied that quad muscles in more than 900 older patients who were hospitalized due to a heart attack. They found that the risk of having another heart attack was more than double for those who had weak quads than patients with strong ones. And when it comes to managing blood sugar levels, people with type 2 diabetes, they might want to make sure that they are exercising in the afternoons. Now, Brigham and Women's Hospital, they released a new study that looked at data from more than 2,400 people who were overweight and diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. The Harvard Medical School researchers also used a motion detector device to measure their activity. Turns out that those who did moderate to vigorous physical activity in the afternoon, well, they had the greatest reduction in blood glucose levels. And the CDC says cases of human metapneumovirus, known as HMPV, well, it has spiked 36% higher than average this spring. Now, the symptoms include coughing, runny nose, sore throat, and a fever. Medical professionals say it is tricky to diagnose since it does have the same symptoms as other respiratory viruses like the flu and COVID. But unlike COVID and the flu, there is no vaccine for HMPV or antiviral drugs to treat it. And it's 6:21, still to come on Good Morning Providence. On Monday, the U.S. stopped and paused to remember those who lost their lives at war and for our country. A look at local remembrances.
This week, stop and shop for great deals. 80% lean ground beef or I-round roast are $2.99 per pound with a digital coupon. Coca-Cola mini cans 10-pack are buy two, get one free. Plus, now get locked in savings for weeks. Look for our new deal lock tags throughout the store. Stop and shop. Feed the moment.
Get up to 30% off everything during the final week of Raymore and Flanigan's Memorial Day sale. We made it easy to upgrade your style with savings on everything throughout the store. Go ahead, buy that dream sofa, gorgeous bedroom set, perfect dining table, stylish outdoor furniture, and more. Save on top mattress brands and sleep better tomorrow night. Or pay later with financing with no interest for 72 months. Shop the final week of unbeatable Memorial Day deals only at Raymore and Flanigan.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get a low $299 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
Looks like somebody had an accident.
Accident? That's my line of work.
You're the heavy hitter.
Red Sox. You're the pitcher. Won a ring in 2018.
Robbie Scott.
Rob Levine.
So why do they call you the heavy hitter? You don't play baseball.
In my game, you're a heavy hitter when you win, and I win a lot.
Hey, Rob, can I have your autograph?
Sure. Which one?
Both.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Find deals every week and everyday savings with all the quality, all the value, all the time. The quality you crave and savings you can count on. Stop and shop. Feed the moment.
Hi, I'm ABC6 News anchor Tiffany Murphy. I know how hectic life can be, so give us 11 minutes at 11 o'clock, and we'll give you tonight's breaking headlines, updates on today's top stories. 11 minutes of non-stop commercial-free news and weather. Everything you need to know to get ready for tomorrow. Join me for 11 at 11, only on ABC6.
The state of Rhode Island holding its 49th annual Memorial Day ceremony at the Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Exeter. Now, Gold Star families, state leaders, and many more gathering to honor our fallen heroes. We have ABC6 News reporter Daniel Coates with the story.
Families of fallen soldiers across Rhode Island united alongside 30,000 American flags at the state's Veterans Memorial Cemetery, each representing men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice to our country.
Every day we wake up as Americans, there is always something good to be thankful for. But on days like today, it is clear what we must be grateful for.
Dignitaries like Senator Jack Reed, Representative Seth Magaziner, and many more took the stage in front of hundreds to offer their gratitude.
Every generation of Americans has its heroes, those who answered the call to serve, protect, and defend.
Lynn St. Germain One's son, Brian, answered the call in 2006 during his second tour in Iraq. Feeling relieved after he returned home the first time, the family's worst fear was realized the second time around.
Every day I would come home and kind of peek out of the corner of my eye to make sure that that government car was not in front of my house. We weren't lucky. We weren't that lucky the second time. And many other families, just since 9/11, 7,026 families, to be a matter of fact, had to get that call, had to have that car in front of their house.
Veterans and family members of fallen loved ones honored the final resting places of those who put their lives on the line. For Lynn and other Gold Star families, Memorial Day will never be about the barbecues or the beaches, but the brave men and women like Brian who make that possible.
Because there's really nothing happy about losing a family member, about losing your battle buddy. This should all be about remembering. You and I can have our barbecues. You and I can go to school freely. We can practice our religions. We can do that all because men and women have died.
In Exeter, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC 6 News.
Great work, Dan. Here's ABC 6 meteorologist Skylar Spindler with your forecast on the 6th.
Well, if you are headed off to the bus stop, 51 degrees. We do warm up very quickly this morning. Heading home today, we'll be in those upper 60s, low 70s around the area. Sunny skies, but it'll be hazy throughout the day. We'll be cooler along the Cape area, but heading further inland, warming up as we get away from that onshore wind. Well, those will be out of the east-northeast, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Those hazy skies will be from those wildfires in Nova Scotia moving into the area. So expect this little band to really start to move in here this morning, and then by the time we get into the afternoon and evening hours, it really starts to push on out, but it should make for a bright sunset, so might want to catch some photos of that. We're on a warming trend as we head through the week. We'll be in those 80s Wednesday and Thursday, warming up to those upper 80s by Friday. Cold front moves through overnight Friday night into Saturday morning, bringing cooler temperatures for the weekend, and we could see some isolated showers on Saturday.
Beautiful 7-day. Thank you, Skylar. It's 6:27. Still to come on Good Morning Providence. We are learning new details in a fatal Memorial Day shooting at a Fall River car wash. What police are saying about the investigation. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We'll be right back.
It's not a small check. It's
appropriate. That's why you should take the check now.
It's a text from DeOliveira and Associates.
Call DeOliveira and Associates on the Hurt line right now.
I started screening for colon cancer because of my late husband, Jay. I wish he could have seen our daughter, Ellie, get married on the best day of her life. But colon cancer took him from us, like it's taken so many others. That's why I've made it my mission to talk about getting screened and ask people to share their reasons why.
I screen for my growing family. Being with them means everything to me.
I screen for my girls. They're always surprising me.
I screened for my son. I'm his biggest fan.
If you're 45 or older and at average risk, it's time to screen. Today, there are more screening options than ever before, including Cologuard.
Cologuard is non-invasive and finds 92% of colon cancers, even in early stages. It's not for those at high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider if Cologuard is right for you.
Everyone has a reason to screen for colon cancer. If you're 45 or older, get started at missiontoscreen.com.
Kayaking is my thing.
Running is awesome. But her moderate to severe eczema would make her skin so uncomfortable.
I was always so itchy, especially when I was hot.
Now my skin doesn't itch as much. Now we're staying ahead of her eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion, and Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
You're injured in an accident, and now the insurance company is up to their usual tricks. Don't accept less. Call a law firm that demands top dollar for your injuries. Call D'Oliveira and Associates on the Hurt Line right now.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. I'm Tara Lenizek. It's 6:30. Let's check in with meteorologist Skylar Spindler with your forecast. Good morning, Skylar.
Good morning. Well, it's a little bit of a cool start outside, 45 degrees in Providence. Winds are out of the north-northeast at about 5 miles an hour. Those temperatures, if you're getting ready to head out the door, maybe you're just waking up, we got some 30s in Norwood, into New Bedford, even into Martha's Vineyard, but we do warm up quickly this morning. Even seeing some warmer temperatures along the Cape, 52 in Chatham, 43 in Hyannis. So you can see 51 up in Boston, 44 down in Westerly. So a little bit all over the map this morning. So what we're expecting for today is sunny skies, but it will be hazy throughout the day. And we do have that east onshore wind. So that's going to be bringing in that smoke from those smoke fires out in Nova Scotia. So the setup for the rest of our week, we have a high pressure system in place. We're going to have this ridging high pressure to the west of us, and that's going to allow those temperatures to rise as we get into our week. So what we can expect for today is those sunny, hazy skies, cooler along the Cape area, but warmer as you head further inland, and those winds will be breezy out of the east northeast, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. So here's that setup as we start to move into our week. So this ridging high pressure here is going to help those temperatures get up into those mid 80s for us this week. And we're not even going to see any break from it till we head into the weekend. I'm going to have more details on that forecast in a moment.
Skylar, great. Thank you. We'll see you in a bit. And happening now at 6:31, police in Fall River investigating a homicide after a woman was found dead in a car wash Monday after being shot. And now this morning, the suspect in the case arrested and is facing homicide charges. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Trigelis joins us from the newsroom with more on this story. Yanni, what can you tell us?
Tara Lynn, well, the victim, 45-year-old Jasenia Simmons, was found dead yesterday inside of a car wash bay. And all of this happening at the Globe Car Wash on Broadway around 12:30 Monday when police were called there for reports of a potential shooting. Now, details surrounding the shooting and if the two people knew each other and what caused the suspect to allegedly shoot and kill Simmons, those remain unknown. Now, after allegedly shooting and killing Jasenia Simmons, the suspect in the case, Angelo Leo, was taken into custody in Tiverton, where he turned himself into police. And because he crossed over state lines into Rhode Island, Leo will now face a judge at Newport County Court this morning as a fugitive from justice. Now, before that, he then could be transported to Fall River District Court to be arraigned on those murder charges. And we're told that court appearance could happen as early as today as well. In the newsroom, Yanni Trigelis, ABC 6 News.
Yanni, thank you for that. And Good Morning Providence, following developing news in Florida. A violent, chaotic end to the holiday weekend. Memorial Day beachgoers in Hollywood, Florida were running for their lives after shots rang out, injuring 9 people, including a 1-year-old. Now, police say the gunfire erupted after some sort of confrontation. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details.
This morning, 9 people, including children, are recovering after this shooting in Hollywood, Florida, capping off a violent Memorial Day weekend.
I was laying down having a good time at the beach, and all of a sudden I heard like pop, 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 like about 6-7 shots. Everybody started running.
Officials say around 6:30 p.m., gunfire erupted on the Hollywood Beach boardwalk. A camera captured the chaos as shots rang out, people running to safety, some even racing into the water to escape the gunfire.
There was multiple shots at this place called Margaritaville.
5 adults and 4 children were shot, a 1-year-old among those hit. Video shows police and bystanders treating victims. A spokesperson for the local healthcare system says all are in stable condition. An eyewitness says he saw several young men fighting in front of the stores lining the boardwalk when one pulled out a gun and started shooting.
Preliminary investigation reveals that there was an altercation between 2 groups that resulted in gunfire.
The shooting was one of many over the holiday weekend. In Columbus, Ohio, at least 5 people were shot at a block party. 3 teenagers are expected to survive. And in Chicago, police say at least 47 people were shot over the weekend, 9 of them fatally. New Mayor Brandon Johnson admits there is a lot of work to do.
This weekend, what you saw on display is that everybody recognizes is that it's going to take all of us to unite this city and to build a better, stronger, safer city.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
And back here at home, let's take a look at today's headlines. Police in Providence investigating a stabbing this morning. Now, what happened on William Street just after 11 last night, police were called to the scene and staged for a possible standoff. And then the suspect was not found. The victim was transported to the hospital and is expected to be okay. But at last check, police have not made any arrest in this incident. And a Providence man in police custody this morning after he allegedly drove a truck with an explosive device through the U.S.-Canadian border crossing in Maine. According to state police, Tony Holford is charged with aggravated reckless conduct, terrorizing, and failure to stop. Now, when police tried to stop the 42-year-old Monday morning on Interstate 95 just south of the Canadian border, when ordered out of the car, well, Holford continued to drive towards the border. Now, state police, they then fired shots at Holford before surrendering without injury. Crime scene technicians in the Maine State Police Bomb Squad worked the scene throughout the night, but no explosives were found. And back here in Rhode Island, 4 boys are recovering from injuries after falling through the roof at an abandoned stable at Brenton Point State Park in Newport. Now, according to the DEM, the group of kids, they trespassed into the building known as the Bells. And 2 of them, they climbed onto the top of the roof, then causing it to collapse on the other 2. Now, 2 of the teens were taken by ambulance to Hasbro Children's Hospital, while a 3rd was evacuated by helicopter, and a 12-year-old was treated at the scene. According to the DEM, the property is fenced off. And the Red Cross is assisting 11 people that were displaced after a fire in Cranston. It happened just after 4 p.m. on Monday. 911 received multiple calls about flames coming from a unit on the ground floor at the Mansion House Apartments. Now, once on scene, residents, they were able to direct firefighters to the apartment where crews got the fire then under control. Now, in an interview with ABC6, Chief James Warren, he said that no injuries were reported. Let's take you outside at 6:37 with our ABC6 Skycam. That is just a beautiful shot right there on this Tuesday. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler with a check of your forecast.
More clear skies are in store for us today. We're looking outside at Newport, 47 degrees, winds are out of the northeast at about 5 miles an hour. And here's some of those temperatures this morning as you're waking up. So we do have some 30s right here through this stretch. So Norwood down to Martha's Vineyard, upper 30s right now. But on the other side of that, 51 in Boston, 52 in Chatham, 43 in Hyannis. So not too bad this morning as we're waking up. We'll warm up very quickly, but right now as we look outside, you got a bit of a glow right here. That's a little bit of that haze from those wildfire smoke moving into the area. Still blue skies off to the west right now, but not so long, because as this onshore wind moves into the area, you can kind of see how by about 10, after about 10 a.m. this morning to about lunchtime, it really starts to get a little bit smokier and hazier outside. So that'll push on inward and move inside, like say towards the west and north by the time we get into the afternoon and evening. So expect that hazy skies to be sticking around with us for much of the day today. We'll see cooler temperatures along the Cape and along the coastline, warming as we head further inland. And again, like I said, that onshore breeze out of the east northeast. So if you are one of the lucky few that took the week off and you're heading out to the coast, or you're at the coast right now, here's what we're looking at for the rest of the week. Wednesday, you're going to be in the upper 60s, warming up on Thursday into those mid 70s, and same for Friday, mid 70s. Water temperatures about 56 to 59 degrees, depending on where you're at along our area. And I'm going to have more details on your full 7-day forecast coming up here in just a moment.
All right, Skylar, thank you. At 6:38, officials in Western Massachusetts will renew their search efforts today after a jet skier went missing in the Connecticut River. Now, according to authorities, the man was involved in a collision with a boat Sunday on the river in Northampton. 2 occupants of the boat were rescued and transported to the Bay State Medical Center in Springfield, and the missing jet skier is believed to be a 51-year-old man. to the ocean race, and we got some good news for a local skipper. The 11th Hour Racing team making a first place finish in leg 5 of the ocean race with that win in Denmark. The team has climbed to the top of the overall leaderboard for the first time in the race. Now, it was not an easy stretch of the race for the team led by skipper Charlie Enright of Bristol. 2 members of the 11th Hour Racing crew, well, they were hurt after hitting what's believed to be a whale when they were nearing the halfway point, about 1,800 miles from Newport. And it's 6:39 still to come on Good Morning Providence. A 9th person has now been found alive in the rubble after an apartment building partially collapsed in Iowa. We take you to the scene. Plus, with the unofficial start of summer, many pools and beaches are understaffed. What's being done to fill open jobs in a national lifeguard shortage? You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We thank you. We'll be right back.
Call the Car Wreck Pro at 1-800-LAW-1222. I'm attorney Rob Levine, the heavy hitter.
The McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, ooh, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely sinking.
You could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on a 4-wheel drive Tacoma. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Save big during the Memorial Day mattress sale at Raymore and Flanigan. Get huge savings on top brands. Up to $500 off Tempur-Pedic, up to $400 off Beautyrest Black, up to $300 off Purple, and much more. Or finance your new mattress for as little as $15 a month with no deposit and no interest for 72 months. Mattresses are in stock and ready for free next-day delivery and removal. Grab these deals while they last. The Memorial Day mattress sale is on now at Raymore and Flanigan.
If your internet comes from T-Mobile, you should know it's just phone internet, not home internet. Cox Internet is faster and has more reliable download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet. Cox keeps you up to speed, especially during peak hours when you need it most. So don't get phone internet, get real home internet from Cox.
The McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
It's 6:42. Good Morning Providence, focusing now on the war in Ukraine. Kyiv residents are bracing after a massive Russian air assault continued. Now, children could be seen running for their lives as Russia unleashed another massive aerial attack on Ukrainian cities. Ukraine says its air defense managed to shoot down all missiles fired at the capital, Kyiv, and now Ukraine's forces seem nearly ready for their own long-anticipated counter-offensive. Now, reportedly raising tens of thousands to take back occupied territory there. Strikes on possible Russian supply lines have already begun. Now we continue with national headlines. This morning, a 9th person found alive in the rubble after an apartment building partially collapsed in Davenport, Iowa. We have new video, and it shows rescuers pulling a woman to safety last night, more than 24 hours after part of the building sheared away. Now, it's believed 2 more people may still be in the building. A woman tells the Quad City Times her cousin is missing, and the newspaper reports police pinged his phone to his apartment before it shut off. In another family at the scene, it says they believe their loved one is also still inside.
Because of the concern for life by our first responders to get in the building knowing that that building was unsafe to help folks, because of that, they saved lives.
But now plans to demolish the building today are reportedly under evaluation. City officials had ordered the owners to make fixes to the building after a string of complaints. The cause of the collapse is still under investigation. Horse racing regulators will hold an emergency meeting in the wake of a horse death. Now, this after 12 horses, they were euthanized over 1 month span at Churchill Downs Racetrack, the famed home of the Kentucky Derby. And they say what their goal is, it's to better understand the events surrounding the recent deaths. Now, veterinary teams are expected to review all information connected to the cases. The Texas House of Representatives voted to impeach State Attorney General Ken Paxton. The House filed 20 articles of impeachment against the Republican AG, and he is accused of bribery, abuse of the public's trust, and other acts of misconduct. Now, Paxton, he's denied any wrongdoing, and under state law, Paxton is now temporarily suspended from his duties as Attorney General and will await a Senate trial. And just a day after the unofficial start of summer, there's quite a few Americans. They're finding themselves unable to take a dip at their local pool or even at the beach. They're finding it increasingly hard to staff lifeguards. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis.
This morning, many beaches and pools are open after the holiday weekend, but some cities are looking at an uncertain season ahead due to a shortage of lifeguards. New York City facing its worst shortage on record, Boston offering hiring bonuses of $1,200, and in Seattle, not enough lifeguards means several city beaches and pools are closed.
He had to be in there a long time.
Just this weekend, a sign of how vital lifeguards are. In New Jersey, a teen drowned in a strong rip current at an unattended beach. Bystanders frantically trying to save him.
They all made a line with their hands to try to extend to get this kid, and they pulled him out.
The U.S. Life Saving Association says drowning is the 5th leading cause of accidental death in the country. Among those 1 to 14, it's the 2nd leading cause behind car accidents. It's why cities are desperate to recruit lifeguards. New York City even simplified its notoriously difficult swim test and is offering bonuses of $1,000. Phoenix and Austin are also offering monetary incentives. Experts say to fix this long term, the country needs to get young people excited about lifeguarding at an early age and offer them a career path forward.
Imagine learning this life skill from someone who looks like you, who's been where you are, who's shaped like you.
Paulana Lamagnier started a New York City swim group called Black People Will Swim. Many of the attendees getting certified as lifeguards. At least it's a start. City officials say they've had trouble hiring lifeguards because of the pay, $16 to $20 an hour, in many cases competing with other jobs that simply pay more. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
647, taking a look at entertainment news. The Little Mermaid making a splash in its debut over the weekend. If estimates hold, the remake scored the 5th best Memorial Day weekend of all time, with an estimated $117.5 million opening. Now let's go back to last year at this time. Top Gun Maverick, it kicked off the summer with the best Memorial Day weekend ever, $160.5 million. Now Disney is the parent company of ABC News. And if you hunger for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the way they hunger for pizza, well, listen up. Paramount has moved up the release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It's now due to hit theaters Wednesday, August 2nd.
And now, your ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
Well, temperatures are a little cool this morning as we're waking up. We've got some 30s popping up on the map. It's 38 in Norwood. We have those upper 30s all the way down to New Bedford, even Martha's Vineyard. But a little warmer out on the Cape, 45 in Falmouth, 43 in Hyannis, 52 in Chatham. If you're heading up to Boston this morning, it's 51 right now. And we do warm up very quickly this morning, so we'll be in the 60s here by 9-10 a.m. But as we look outside, we've got some blue skies off to the west. You can kind of see it off here a little bit. But now we have a little bit of this haze starting to move into our area, and that's just because we have that wildfire smoke from Nova Scotia, and we have this east onshore breeze moving in, and that's going to have these increasing smoke and haze in the atmosphere as we get into our entire day today. So expect that to be lingering around for much of the day into the evening hours. So as we look at those temperatures, we do warm up very quickly this morning. So like I said, 10 a.m. we'll be in the 60s, and then by the time we start to warm up into the afternoon, we'll see those upper 60s and 70s around the area. But we'll keep the Cape area and the coastline just slightly cooler. You'll stay in the 60s for today. So expect those hazy, sunny conditions today, but cooler Cape. Moving further inland, you do warm up, and we'll keep that onshore breeze about 5 to 15 miles an hour. So that jet stream pattern that's heading into our area, we have this ridging area of high pressure, and that's going to allow those temperatures to climb up as we head into the rest of the week. So expect those upper 80s by the time we get into towards the weekend. But the lawns might be suffering. So we haven't had a lot of rain since the last measurable rain event, and we're looking at pretty dry lawns. So if you're concerned about it, you might want to water it, because our next shot at some isolated showers comes in Saturday, but even at that, we're still pretty dry. So you might want to just go ahead and get on that before it kills the grass out. So here's a look at the future tracker. So we have a cold front that moves through Friday night into Saturday morning. That's going to bring some shower activity, but again, it's going to be isolated. It's going to be sparse through the area. So don't expect a whole lot out of this. Just expect it to be some scattered light showers. So here's that warming trend I'm talking about. We'll be in the 80s by Wednesday, mid to upper 80s into Friday. Cold front moves through overnight, cooling us down a bit, upper 60s by Saturday, but then starting to warm back up on Sunday.
That's 7 days making me smile. Thank you, Skylar. An 11-year-old Mississippi boy, he's now speaking out about the moment he was shot in the chest by police in his home in an ABC new exclusive interview. ABC's DeMarco Morgan has the latest in today's GMA First Look.
Was there a reason that these officers showed up and were like, okay, this could be a very volatile situation or dangerous situation?
And this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive. It was just over a week ago that 11-year-old Adarian Murray called 911 to his Mississippi home after he says he was awoken by an argument between his mother and her ex-boyfriend. But when police arrived, the unthinkable happened. An officer shooting Murray in the chest. Now the boy and his mother are speaking out to GMA and GMA3.
Can you talk about that moment when you heard, did you hear a gunshot?
I didn't know who got shot at the moment until I seen my son running out.
And coming up on both Good Morning America and GMA3, we'll hear from 11-year-old Adarian Murray for the first time in an ABC News exclusive interview. With your GMA First Look, I'm DeMarco Morgan, ABC News, Grenada, Mississippi.
And we'll be back with a look at your news on the go. Plus, Skylar's coming back too with a look at your on the go forecast. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We'll be right back.
This week on GMA, the Sharks are here for you. Mark, Robert, Barbara, Damon, with real strategies on how you can be successful and get the best deal with real estate.
Are you ready to swim with the Sharks?
Shark-proof your life on Good Morning America.
You double your money.
You Bet Your Life, weekdays at 4:30 on ABC 6.
We're reinventing our network
for total confidence and complete control.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get a low $299 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Mavyret.
Conquer it with Mavyret.
Cure it with Mavyret. Mavyret cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Mavyret stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Mavyret with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Mavyret.
Conquer it with Mavyret.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Mavyret.
Ask your doctor about Mavyret. AbbVie could help you save.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit AffordableDentures.com.
go ahead and smile.
Welcome back at 6:54. Time for your news on the go. All your headlines, weather, and traffic. A woman was found dead in a car in Fall River car wash yesterday after being shot, and now this morning the suspect in the case is arrested and is facing murder charges. 33-year-old Angela Leo charged with murder after allegedly shooting and killing a woman inside of a car wash in Fall River. It happened at the Globe Car Wash on Broadway just after noon. Now, once on scene, officers found a woman, 45-year-old Jacina Simmons, dead inside one of the car wash bays. Leo is expected in court today. Now, police in Providence investigating a stabbing this morning. It happened on William Street just after 11 last night. Police called to the scene and staged for a possible standoff. Then the suspect was not found. The victim was transported to the hospital and is expected to be okay. And at last check, police have not made any arrests in this incident. The Red Cross is assisting 11 people displaced after a fire in Cranston. It happened just after 4 p.m. on Monday. 911 received multiple calls about flames coming from a unit on the ground floor at the Mansion House Apartments. Now, once on scene, residents were able to direct firefighters to the apartment where crews got the fire under control. In an interview with ABC6, Chief James Warren said no injuries were reported. And before you head out the door this morning, let's get a look at the roads for you. You're taking a look at the 610 connector right now with our ABC6 Skycam. Things are moving a little slower than yesterday. People are heading back to work today. Let's take a look at travel times for you. If you are traveling 95 northbound Attleboro to Canton, you're okay. It's about 26 minutes. And let's get one last look at the forecast. Here's Skylar.
Well, we're going to be warming up very quickly today. It'll be 51 degrees as you head off to the bus stop. Sunny skies through the day, but it's going to start to become hazy as you head home. 70 degrees and sunny, upper 60s and 70s for that afternoon ride home. So we can expect those hazy skies throughout the day. Cape area will be a little bit cooler, but as we move further inland, we'll be warming as we have this east-northeast onshore breeze moving at about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Expect those hazy skies because of that wildfire smoke out in Nova Scotia, bringing that right into our area. That'll be moving across throughout the day, so expect even some bright, vivid sunsets tonight. Warming trend on the way, 80 degrees tomorrow, 85 by Thursday, warming up even into Friday before the cold front arrives overnight Friday night into Saturday, bringing cooler temperatures and some isolated showers on Saturday.
Skylar, thank you. That's all for now. Thanks for making Good Morning Providence a part of your day. Good Morning America is coming up next. Be sure to join us for ABC6 News at noon. And for the latest news, traffic, and weather anytime, abc6.com is always on. Have a fantastic Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
You Bet Your Life, weekdays at 4:30 on ABC6.
With so much at stake, more Americans turn to ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 newscast across all of television.
And ABC6 News with Tiffany Murphy and John DeLuca, Southern New England's trusted news team.
Watch ABC6 News first at 4 immediately after Hot Bench.
It's the most wonderful time of the day.
Non-drowsy Claritin D knocks out your worst allergy symptoms, including nasal congestion, without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Claritin D.
Natural recipes. Beneful. Eat happy. Try new Incredibites. Just for small dogs.
Stay tuned for Good Morning America, starting in 60 seconds with the nation's top headlines and news from around the world, live from Times Square in New York.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Elantra. Lease an Elantra for $219 a month or get 0.9% APR for 36 months or get $750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Has the GOP gone soft on abortion?
They never go on offense on this issue. They tend to hide from it.
Instead of gaining momentum after the fall of Roe v. Wade.
What is then the Republican strategy going forward?
It's become a topic to avoid.
Is that accurate to say you're reluctant right now to go there?
Will the party take a stand in 2024?
Sitting